I am a 35-year-old man, and I'm sharing this because my life has become a long series of consequences I didn't fully understand when I was younger. For years, I've lived with confusion, frustration, and emotional emptiness inside a marriage that exists only on paper. I'm not here to justify myself. I'm here because I need perspective and maybe honesty for the first time in my life. In my 20s, I was in a relationship with a woman my age. We were deeply sexually involved, to the point where intimacy became an addiction for both of us. I had no emotional balance, no boundaries, and no understanding of healthy attachment. When that relationship ended after 2 years, I didn't process the breakup. I only felt physical and emotional withdrawal. 6 months later, I met another woman from a different city. She was younger, quiet, and living alone without relatives nearby. From the beginning, our expectations were different. I wanted physical intimacy. She refused and clearly stated she would only be intimate after marriage. Instead of respecting that boundary and walking away, I kept pushing, emotionally and verbally, because I was desperate to fill a void rather than build a relationship. Eventually, when I withdrew and rejected her, things escalated emotionally. My mother overheard parts of the situation and became involved. What should have been a private, personal decision turned into a family matter overnight. Despite my resistance, my family insisted that marriage was inevitable, that one day you have to marry anyway, so why not now? Before I had time to understand what I wanted, families were involved, expectations were set, and the marriage happened. I entered it without emotional readiness, without attraction built on trust, and without clarity. That was my first major mistake. On the wedding night, intimacy didn't happen, not because something was wrong with her, but because consent cannot be forced into existence. I was impatient, frustrated, and emotionally immature. I interpreted refusal as rejection instead of communication. Looking back now, I see that what I wanted was not love. It was validation. Over time, intimacy became rare. Conversations turned tense. Emotional closeness disappeared. Instead of seeking professional help sincerely, I oscillated between pressure and withdrawal. When nothing changed, resentment grew on both sides. Silence became our language. Under family pressure, children entered the picture, not as a shared decision, but as an obligation. We became parents without becoming partners. Our home turned functional, not emotional. Responsibilities were fulfilled, but connection was absent. Years passed like this. Minimal intimacy, no shared joy, no companionship, no affection. I focused on survival. First through work, then through escape. I started drinking. My business collapsed. Only later did I stabilize myself through a government job. But stability outside didn't fix the emptiness inside. Another layer of resentment emerged when I discovered that some personal truths had been hidden from me before marriage. Not because of what those truths were, but because deception became part of the foundation. Trust, once broken, doesn't heal on its own. Today, we live in different cities. We co-parent, but we don't connect. There is no intimacy, no affection, no emotional warmth. We don't have affairs. We simply coexist, tied by children and responsibility, not love. I've asked myself many times, who failed this marriage? And the honest answer is, both of us, but not equally, and not for the same reasons. I entered marriage driven by desire and pressure, not readiness. I ignored consent, emotional compatibility, and timing. Those decisions cannot be undone. This is not a story about caste, virginity, or sexuality. It's a story about lies told to survive, pressure applied to conform, and adults making lifelong decisions without emotional maturity. No one wins in such marriages, especially not the children. Now, at 35, with 2 children, I feel emotionally stuck at the same place I was on my wedding day, wanting connection, but not knowing how to build it. Therapy, honesty, and accountability are the only paths left. Whether the marriage survives or not, I'm sharing this for one reason: to remind people that marriage cannot repair desire, pressure cannot create intimacy, and children cannot fix broken bonds. If anyone listening is standing at a similar crossroads, please pause. Some mistakes don't shout immediately. They echo quietly for years. This is the Untold gist. And this is a story about choices and their cost.